Hi everyone, I'm Essex Dave and I'm back at the peak. If you followed my previous video about how to walk up the peak for free, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you now how to walk around the peak and make sure you don't miss out on any of some interesting features that you may find. You can choose Lugar Road or Mount Austin Road, but today we're starting off in Harbour Road. So here we go. This is the walk around the peak. Coming up, you can hear some water. This is the only waterfall on the peak. It's got quite a decent flow at the moment because it's the wet season. Had some rain recently, but it's even better after really heavy rain and even magnificent after a typhoon. About 10 minutes into the walk, you will come to this kind of sitting out area. And this is where Harbour Road, which we have followed so far, becomes Lugar Road. Eventually, on your walk around the peak, you're going to come to this building here. And as you can see, there is quite a lot of signs outside. Private property, do not enter, do not climb, call police for unauthorised entry. Entering a property without permission will be liable for all consequences and will be reported to the police. So this property has been empty for more than 10 years, maybe even more than 20 years since I have been walking around the peak. This building is Dragon Lodge, and it's one of the most famous buildings in all of Hong Kong. So why is it famous? Because it is reputed to be the most haunted building in the whole of Hong Kong. During the Second World War, Japanese soldiers and officers took over this building and they lived there, but apparently outside, or maybe even inside, they beheaded some nuns, Catholic nuns. And everybody knows the history of this building. So when some workmen came here to do some maintenance and some upkeep, they heard some strange sounds, saw some scratches on the walls. They decided they didn't want to come here ever again. So it has been empty for 10 to 20 years. As you can see, metal gates have been put outside. I can hear an alarm going off, which is probably caused by me. We're getting too close. And you can see razor wire across the whole top to stop you from getting in. This location is probably one of the most desirable on the whole of the peak, but it's difficult to sell when it's got its history, shall we say. As you come round, you'll come round to this magnificent tree, which is an Indian rubber tree, not to be confused with the Chinese banyan tree. It is an absolutely massive tree. What you can see here are all the roots. And it reaches right over the path. So these are the roots coming down. And actually the tree just seems to go on forever and ever. It's absolutely massive. Look at that root. It's actually grown in a knot. This is all part of the same tree. On the walk around, of course, there are some fantastic views of Victoria Harbour. Much better ones coming up. As I said before, this is Lugar Road, which is named after one of the early governors of Hong Kong. I think he's called Sir Frederick Lugard. So maybe he instigated the construction of this road. So it is actually a road, and cars are allowed to come around, but mostly people use it as exercise path. Come up here anytime during the year, you will find it's 2 to 3 degrees cooler than down below. Now we're going to appreciate or even celebrate a substance while you're walking around. You're going to find some chairs sitting out areas like these ones, and this is totally made out of concrete, and it was constructed in the early 1900s before the Second World War. These were the sitting out areas for people when they were walking around the peak, and of course it's totally made out of concrete, which was an innovative material at the time. So luckily Hong Kong government has decided to preserve them. So so you can come here and sit on one. Concrete, of course, is everywhere now, but in the early 1900s this was a very revolutionary material. Finally, the best part of coming up to Lugar Road, of course, is the views of the harbour. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit that like button, comment below, most importantly share, and as always I will see you later.